So I'm just sitting here attempting to get some guitar practice in, and I guiltily confess that, like you too, I've fallen woefully behind in practice. What with lockdowns and whatnot, all this stuff is just going on. I guess everything just kind of got thrown in the way, so to speak. It made it really hard to focus. And I admit I lost track of my focus, and it seems I've fallen woefully behind in terms of technique and accuracy. Anyway, I was doing a lot of thinking this morning, as I often do, reflecting on why I even played to begin with. Not because I was wondering, why am I playing? I was just remembering why I played, if that makes sense, trying to gain clarity, realizing this is part of the reason my practice has suffered. I will never, ever forget. I picked up the classical guitar, not at first. I actually started playing the steel string, and I still love my steel string very, very much. But I picked up the classical guitar after I started listening to music from John Williams and Alexandra Whittingham, I believe is that how you say her name, or Whittingham? And both British guitarists, interestingly enough. The Brits seem to have us beat in terms of the classical guitar. But I saw John Williams play Asturias, and I'm telling you here and now, it's one of the most overplayed songs, but you've never heard it until you've heard John Williams play it. John Williams plays it perfectly, with mastery, and it's just one of those things that makes you go, whatever he's doing, I want to do that. Of course, I found many other greats, and I've experimented with a few styles. I've know a little bit of jazz, a little bit of blues, tiny bit of flamenco, not very much, or what I call Spanish guitar, which just loosely means anything from Caribbean to flamenco to mariachi. Stay away from mariachi; it's horrible. But back to why I played. It's just, I guess I just love the tone of a very well played guitar. It's hard to express it. You just have to hear it. And you can go to guitarists like John Williams and Alexandra Whittingham. You can go to Brandon Acker or Christopher Parkening. All these great people. It's not just the songs they play. It's the way they play them. It's their tone. It's that beautiful tone. You know it the second you hear it. You'll know it when you hear it. And it's not just perfection. I've heard imperfect guitarists play. I've heard guitarists make mistakes. That's fine. It's just when you play with such beauty of tone and clarity, that's what I love the most. And it's why I'm back to practicing, realizing that I've fallen so badly behind, I forgot how to file my nails. Oops. I completely forgot how to do it properly. I used to be able to do it almost dog-tired. Now I can't remember how I did it, but I guess that's why I'm back to practicing. I tried to play the Etude in B minor from Soar. That's kind of a standard piece of repertoire you will play at some point. It's an intermediate piece. I will never forget watching My Life in Music with Julian Bream, the mini documentary the BBC produced. And I will never forget him saying the very first concert he ever gave. And, he's sitting in his rocking chair or just couch in his British home going, when my father gave me a guitar, well, I didn't really know how to play it much, how he talks. And then he related meeting this group of classical guitarists, and they said, hey, he was like 15 years old or something. They said, oh, a little kid's coming up here. Can you play, kid? And he said, well, at the time, the only thing I knew to play was the Etude in B minor. I just like his rolled out British way of talking. But he sat down at 15 years old amongst a group of middle-aged people and played it. He said, and when he finished, there was absolute silence in the room. And then they applauded. And this is supposed to be a piece they knew how to play very well. And then I love that part in My Life in Music where he actually does play it. And you hear it. You just have to hear Bream play that to understand what I'm talking about. I can't explain it to you. He pauses perfectly. The Etude play perfectly. I compare it to a waterfall. Okay, it just rushes down so smoothly, and you'll know it when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's just so smooth and absolutely beautiful. So that's why I'm back to playing. I've gotten kind of lazy in my practice. I don't think I've played a scale in all year. I don't think I practiced one scale. It's been almost a solid year since I've done the studies of Giuliani. Oops, sorry. But when you're only accountable to yourself, who's really counting, right? That's the only issue with that. Back to practicing. Hopefully I'll get better. But I'm just remembering some of my absolute favorite albums. The Woods So Wild by Bream. Parkening in the Guitar. That's another one of my big time favorites. David Russell. I love David Russell's playing too. He's a very old man now, but Message of the Sea by David Russell, where he plays Irish guitar. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And there's videos of him playing selections from that album, which I highly recommend. It's just amazing. It really is. Let's see, other favorite albums that I like. I got so many. But yeah, that's why I'm back to playing. I hope I can achieve that. At the very least, I think right now I just need to get clarity of tone. I think I need to work on my evenness. I was working with a metronome back there. I mean, what can I say? It's all a journey. Nobody ever really reaches it, so to speak. It was even the man they regarded as the greatest to have ever lived, Andres Segovia, who at 90 years old, okay, he was almost 100 years old, and he could sell out 10,000 people. I mean, who could do that today with a classical guitar? And they asked him, sir, how many hours a day do you practice? And, he has his little glasses out like this, and he says, well, I will tell you. He had kind of rough English. I get up in the morning, I practice 2 hours. And he said, then I eat lunch, and then I practice for 2 or 3 more hours a day. And this is when he'd hit the greatest of all time, and he still felt the need to practice 5 hours a day. So it's all a journey. You never really hit it, so to speak, and I guess that's what I'm on. Hey, before you go, if you enjoyed this video, would you please consider giving it a thumbs up? And if you did not enjoy this video, would you consider giving it a double thumbs down? Thank you.